Welcome to the most epic group trip ever created for Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. My name is Taros and for the past 4 years I've been traveling all around the world documenting its most unique, often dangerous stories that are now ready to share with you through unseen expeditions. Starting with the legendary Day of the Dead in Mexico. I've spent 1 whole year in Mexico, and after living the real Day of the Dead through the eyes of the locals, I know I would at some point have to share this experience with the world because it was truly one in a lifetime. I put all of my knowledge about Mexico to make this trip happen, so let's break it all down day by day. On day 1, October 28th, we're starting off with a walk in downtown Mexico City, passing by the Palacio de Bellas Artes and the historic Zócalo greater area. We're then visiting 2 of the most famous food markets in Mexico City, Mercado La Merced and Mercado San Juan, to try some of the most authentic Mexican street food, and if you're feeling adventurous, maybe some scorpions. We're gonna end the day with a walk and a sundown picnic in the city's biggest park, Chapultepec, enjoying the view and setting our intentions for the trip. On day 2, we begin with a 5-hour private boat tour through the canals of Xochimilco and the mysterious Isla de las Muñecas that carries a daunting reputation. After that, we're gonna walk around the old neighborhood of Frida Kahlo in Coyoacán, passing through the local market in search for the infamous tostadas de camarón. You'll then have some free time to visit the Frida Kahlo Museum if you like, or walk around with the rest of the group. We're gonna end the day with a walk in Condesa, a more westernized part of the city a lot of digital nomads call home. Here you can get a better idea of what a modern life in Mexico could look like. We're then doing an overnight bus trip to Oaxaca, not to miss a whole day on the road, as it takes around 7 to 8 hours just to get there. I know it's not gonna be the most comfortable, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it, because this way we're saving money on accommodation, therefore the trip is cheaper overall, and we're gaining time on the ground to explore more. On day 3, we're gonna arrive early to our hotel in Oaxaca, drop off our stuff and check in if possible. That's subject to availability from the previous night, hopefully get some rest, and then head to the fun part. We're then visiting a local bakery in the town of Mitla to witness the process of making pan de muerto, a traditional bread made exclusively for Dia de los Muertos, getting an explanation of its origin and history. We're then returning to the city of Oaxaca to get a proper tour of the city, with a highlight of visiting Mercado 20 de Noviembre, trying some local Oaxacan meat in the super Mexican scenery. We're gonna end the day with a sunset on the city's best viewpoint. On day 4, October 31st, is the official start of Dia de los Muertos. We're gonna start off visiting a local farm in Santiago Matatlan, the world's Mezcal capital, to witness firsthand how one of Mexico's most famous distilled drinks is being made. We're doing a tasting and having lunch in the most traditional scenery possible. We're then returning to Oaxaca for some rest or free time to explore. At night of the same day, it's time to start immersing ourselves to the actual Day of the Dead. We're visiting some of Oaxaca's biggest illuminating cemeteries, seeing how the locals are preparing their families' tombs for the next day, getting a better context and understanding about the actual Day of the Dead. After that, we're joining the city's night street celebrations, and trust me when I say, it's gonna be crazy. On day 5 is gonna be November 1st, the actual Day of the Dead. This is the day of the visits, when Mexicans are patiently waiting for their loved ones' return. We're starting off with a visit in the archaeological site of Monte Alban, one of the earliest cities of Mesoamerica. We're then immersing ourselves deeper into Day of the Dead by visiting a local house in Mitla to see the traditional altars made by the family for the deceased return, having a traditional lunch with them. Later, we're returning to Oaxaca to get some rest or free time to explore. At night, we're gonna start off by getting an explanation about the history of the famous face painting we see during Dia de los Muertos, and obviously, if we like, getting paint ourselves. Then, if you have some energy left in the tank, we're again joining the night street celebrations. On day 6, it's time to explore nature. We're gonna wake up early and head off to Hierve el Agua, one of Oaxaca's natural wonders. The entrance ticket is included. What's not is the 45-minute hike need to get there, but trust me, when you see the view, it's gonna be all worth it. From there, we're gonna start our way to Puebla with a short stop in Zapotlan Salinas, the most Mexican scenery you could ever imagine. We're gonna arrive in Puebla at night, getting straight to our hotel. Of course, if you have some energy left, a stroll downtown is always an option. On our final day, we're gonna spend the morning exploring downtown Puebla, visiting Mercado 5 de Mayo, trying some memelas and tortas to die for. We're then heading back to Mexico City to watch an unforgettable lucha libre wrestling match. Finally, we're ending the night in my favorite salsa bar, freshening up our Latin moves and reflecting on the trip. You can find our detailed itinerary by clicking the first link on the description down below, and also if you want to get a real feel of what actually is gonna be like in Day of the Dead, you can check out my full-on documentary on the festival, also listed down below. I cannot wait to share this experience with you all. See you soon.